Bobby Pierce would not be denied for the Illini 100 win this Saturday night. He absolutely spanked the field. I think they said at one point he had an over 7-second lead over second place Nick Hoffman. I think there were only 8 or 9 cars left on the lead lap by the end of the 60 lap feature. But just because Bobby Pierce spanked the field did not mean that this was not a great race. And I think this was an absolutely fantastic race. There was awesome racing throughout the field. And Bobby Pierce didn't lead from the beginning. It took him about 12 laps to get to the front. So before we get into this, I'd like to ask you, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at John Trent Racing. So looking at my notes here, it took a little bit for them to get going green. Dustin Sorensen had 2 early spins. Lap 3, he spun out. I think he was starting around 12th. They showed a replay, but I couldn't really tell exactly what happened with that. And then lap 4, he spun again at the tail end. It was obvious what happened there. All the cars in front of him got stacked up, and he really didn't have anywhere to go. And he ended up spinning himself out, so he didn't run over anyone. We did have this right here. Following that second Dustin Sorensen spin, heartbreak for Shannon Babb, who was running in, I think, the 3rd position at the time. And coming to the restart here, he gets up on the outside and something just breaks on the car, something like that when he hits the cushion or something. Unsure exactly what happened, but he would take the car off the track and park it and be done for the night. So absolute heartbreak for Shannon Babb there. About a lap later, though, Max McLaughlin would have some kind of issue with the right front. It's unclear what exactly happened to him. Obviously, maybe hit one of those tires, or with the I think it was his left front. Might have been his right front that was damaged, or maybe he got into someone. It's unclear exactly what happened there. But that would bring out the caution. And then finally, they would really get going, and it would go green the rest of the way from lap 5. And it would take Bobby Pierce a couple of laps to work over Chris Madden. But here is the pass for the lead on lap 11 going into lap 12. I think they were running, Pierce was running underneath Madden for a couple of laps. They were really getting close to lap traffic. Finally reaching the tail end of the field, and Pierce had to make a move, and he sent it in there and pulled a slider on Chris Madden here going into turn 3 and then 4. So here gets a good run coming off turn 2, kind of almost has a full car length. Madden gets a good run going down the backstretch, and then Pierce just sends it right there, just sends it, does the slider, comes up, and then Madden doesn't really have anything. Tries the crossover, but Pierce cuts him off there going into 1 and 2. Excellent racing there by Bobby Pierce. I mean, there's a reason why he's the smooth operator, and he made that look extremely smooth. He would get held up a little bit by Dustin Sorensen and the lap traffic around lap 21, but he would eventually work his way around that lap traffic, and there would be some racing around lap 28 between Madden and Nick Hoffman. When I first saw it, I thought there was contact between Madden and Hoffman, but when I looked at it here again, you can see that it looks like it is Brett Larson in the B1 Bomber who's the one who actually gets into Chris Madden's left rear tire here. Let's take a look here going into turn 1. Look, you can see the contact right there. And there's like a tire rub from Madden that it doesn't look like it affected his speed or anything like that. And the tire rub would go away there getting into turn 3, but there was a little bit of brief fear there that he might have a left rear tire go down. Fortunately, that was not the case, but he would lose that position to Nick Hoffman, and he would fade a little bit as the race went on. Obviously, around halfway here, Nick Hoffman would take that second place position from Madden, and that is indeed where he would finish. There was, like I said, good racing throughout. I thought this was one of the better races during the race. We're looking here at like lap 36. This was between Jason Fager and Brandon Shepard. Shepard had to take a provisional to start the race, did not do a good job in qualifying, did not do a good job in his heat race, and then failed to make it on the last chance qualifier. I think he actually parked it in the last chance qualifier before the race even ended. But so he started in like 23rd or 24th, and he was up to the top 10 very, very quickly. He had a very strong car and was racing here for the 7th position. Fager's in 7th, he's in 8th, and they raced this side by side for I want to say 10 laps. Great racing here between the two. And then I really loved seeing them kind of follow each other on the top side. They were both beating and banging against that wall and the cushion there in turns 3 and 4. But it was some really fun racing there between Fager and Shepard for a significant portion of the race. Shepard was eventually able to get around him. I think he got a top 5 finish. We'll look at look at the finishing order here right now. But for the most part, Bobby Pierce was unchallenged after he got past Chris Madden. But like I said, there was a lot of really good racing. We saw that battle there between Hoffman and Madden. You see the battle there between Shepard and Fager. There was also some good stuff with McCready up there. You saw Tyler Erb running really well as well. Jumped up 7 spots. But here is the finishing order. Bobby Pierce obviously won the race, moved up 3 spots, is over at My Race Pass. Nick Hoffman finished in 2nd. Tyler Erb 3rd. Kyle Bronson, the killer, finished in 4th, moved up 1 spot. Brandon Shepard, 18 spots, was your hard charger. I mean, I was counting him out ahead of this race, but I don't know what they did. They made the right adjustments, to put the right tires on that car, and it was really, really hooked up. And yeah, he finished in 5th, got that top 5, got around Chris Madden, who faded 5 spots there to 6th. Tim McCready stayed even at 7th. Cade Dillard moved up to 8th from his 9th place starting position. Fager faded a little bit to 9th after starting in 6th. Cody Overton ran really well, moved up 3 spots, got a top 10 finish there. Tyler Bruning did really well too, jumped 11 spots, finished 11th after starting in 22nd. Jason Riggs finished 12th. Max Blair finished 13th. Brian Shirley also moved up 11 spots. Looks like he took a provisional starting that 25th spot, ended up finishing 14th. Dennis Erb Jr. finished 15th. Dustin Sorensen finished 16th after those early spins and really did recover there for that 16th position. Miles Moose, I think that's how you say his name, finished 17th. Max McLaughlin recovered for a 18th place finish after that early, he was involved in an accident and had to bring it to the hot pit there. Was able to recover. Brent Larson finished in 19th. Parker Martin finished in 20th. Ryan Gustin, disappointing finish for him. Thought the Reaper would have done a little bit better. Ended up finishing 21st, although he did move up three spots. Jimmy Owens struggled yesterday, failed to qualify for the race. I think it was the second race he's failed to qualify for. He also failed to qualify for a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series race earlier this year. A little bit disappointing finish there for him, I think. 22nd, losing 8 spots. You expect better from Jimmy Owens, and has had a tough time in some of the races. He's had really good speed. He had really good speed, I felt like, in Speed Weeks. Was just having some issues, and it seems like he still hasn't worked those out. But expect him to continue working at it and improve. Frank Heckensatt Jr. finished in 23rd. I think he took the car off early. As soon as he kind of went a lap down, he went and parked it. Ethan Dotson finished in 24th. Trip Gerald finished in 25th. He actually looked pretty solid in the last chance qualifier, and I thought in his heat races as well. I think he finished 4th in the heat race, finishing 25th. Went back to 7 spots, and then obviously Shannon Babb, first car to exit the race, finishing in 26th. So that is your official running order from myracepass.com and how they did. But I thought this was a great race. I'm loving what I'm seeing. I really like Farmer City. This is something that I will be circled for any future race, because the track was absolutely awesome. The racing was fantastic. I loved it. We need to see more of that. Again, tracks like that, competition like that is why we love Super Dirt Late Model Racing. But let me know what you guys made of this race. Let me know in the comments below.